to yet another episode, we're still here, folks, of 4th and 62. We have a very special holiday edition today, and I'll get to our special guest in a minute. But, you know, it's the holiday season, it's Thanksgiving time, and we thought what better to do than to bring in Bruce Byam. Bruce, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Bruce is the longtime play-by-play guy on this Chelmsford station for Chelmsford High School football.
This has been the start of the most crazy football season I think I've ever seen, and scoring on the initial drive and making a statement right away. Bruce Byam once again, along with Howie Neal. Bruce Byam and Howie Neal from Bentley College, where the Lions and the Colonials of Acton-Boxborough are about to play Division 1A Super Bowl game. Welcome everyone and happy Thanksgiving from Georgetown O'Neill Alumni Stadium, the campus of Chelmsford High School. Bruce Byam and Howie Neal. Bruce Byam, Howie Neal, Rob Rousseau, a snowy Chelmsford Alumni Stadium. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Howie Neal, Rob Rousseau, Dave Markham, Bruce Byam. We're really pleased to be here.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving. Glad you can join us. Chelmsford Billerica for the, I say, 96th time. It's the 93rd game on Thanksgiving, but 96th overall.
And also with Bruce today is, as always, the coach, Bob Paraso, who, and trust me, I smell the mothballs. He's got his 1987 jacket. And also, live in studio, ladies and gentlemen, is Cousin Stephen.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, Cousin Stephen is here.
I want to thank the town of Chelmsford for sending me that personal limousine. And, you guys want to come back with me, enjoy the benefits?
Oh, that would be
Okay.
nice.
Right?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. See,
go.
we treat you right.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to move up here.
Do you get a limousine?
No.
I don't
I
either.
got my Toyota Camry. That's it.
I got my Rogue when I'm allowed to take it.
Okay.
So,
right.
okay. But without further ado, we this year is the, I don't know, 59, like the 84th, 87th game of the long
98.
It was what?
98.
Oh, I was close.
You were close.
It's
Math-
98.
98.
No, I can.
And because I don't want to screw up anymore, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn it over to the most excited man in the building.
Absolutely.
That's Bob Paraso,
Absolutely.
who gets to talk some Chelmsford High School football.
This is a great day. Bruce, thanks for coming.
Bob, it's always a pleasure to be with you, and I'm honored to see the jacket. It still fits, which is even
Well,
more.
Not really.
No, not really.
Come on.
He hasn't buttoned it, folks. So.
No. In full disclosure, Bruce is the senior member of this panel.
Yes, I am.
He's
Not by much.
well, that's true. He's the class of '63.
Yes.
And for those of you out there that are listening, hopefully, I mean, you might know the name George Simonian from Chelmsford High
I
School.
hope so.
Right. And it's well known in all the alumni meetings that we have that the class of '63,
Is his favorite.
without a doubt, is his favorite
Absolutely,
class.
it
Was that because
is.
he was a member of class of 63?
No.
1863.
18, right. No, he was on the faculty.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a principal.
Oh, that's right. He was a
Right.
principal here.
Right.
Right. And
And both you guys went to Chelmsford High.
Yes.
we did.
Yes.
Yes, we did. I was in '64.
And you
I'm the younger of this duo.
and you played football for
I did.
Chelmsford High.
I did.
Well,
Oh, nice.
Wow.
no, Bobby was a great
You
quarterback.
can come back anytime.
Thank you.
So anyhow, we're going to talk a little Chelmsford football.
Yes.
But Bruce, why don't you give us a little background of your enthusiasm for football and how many he has without a doubt the best record in high school football. Tell us how many consecutive games you've witnessed.
Well, but the last game that I missed, Bobby, was in 1991. And that makes the total, if I make it through the end of this season, which I hope, 2 more games, it would be a total of 367 consecutive games.
Wow. Fabulous.
I'll clap for
That's
that.
incredible, yes.
Since 1954, go back even crazier, I've only missed 7 games since '54.
That's when
And
you were
That's when I got hooked.
junior in high school.
That's about right. Not far off. That took me a long time to navigate Chelmsford High School. Yeah.
So when you started going to the games, you were riding a horse.
Just about. I lived across the street from the football field at that time.
Nice.
Steve.
Nice.
Yeah, it was right directly across. It was where the town hall is now. There was a football field there. And then they moved up to the McCarthy Junior High School field, and then eventually over to Simonian Stadium. And that move was, I wrote that down someplace. That was in 1980 when they went there.
Wow.
And first night game in 1985, and dedicated in 1987 in George's name. So it's been Simonian Stadium since then.
And that was the first year that Chelmsford won the Super Bowl, 87,
It was,
right?
yes. The first time that there you go, there's proof right there, proof. 1987 down at Gillette Stadium, beating Gloucester in a real thriller. I think it was 23-22. It was right down to the last play of the game. It was a thrilling football game.
Cool.
Was that a night game or an
No, it was an afternoon
Afternoon game?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was terrific.
Yeah. Now, tell us about your football experience. I mean, you're a great big football fan now, high school
Yes,
sports
yes.
especially.
Yep.
But you played basketball.
Right.
And ran a little track.
Was a basketball player, a little bit of track. Tried to play football, as Bobby well knows. I wore glasses, and I broke glasses on 2 consecutive practices. My dad said, you know, maybe you ought to stick to basketball and leave the football alone. And that's what I did. So that was my football career. It was very short-lived. But I've been a fan, obviously. I love the games, love the people, stayed connected with Chelmsford football all my life, and even to this time. It's a great experience.
Nice. Can you give us a brief history of Chelmsford football?
Started in 1927, as John indicated earlier. They started 0-4, which wasn't very good. 1928, they were 4-0-2.
Did the coach get fired?
No, he didn't. No, Ellsworth Thing was the coach at that time. There have been 17 head coaches at Chelmsford High School football since then. The longest
Doesn't
running.
seem like a lot.
What's that?
It doesn't seem like a lot.
No, it isn't. They've hung in a long time. Bruce Rich, 20 years. Tommy Cato, 18 years.
Nice.
They both won over 140 games. They had great success, great seasons, great players.
How about Joe Nolan?
Joe was there for, I don't have the exact number, but I would say around 9 or 10.
Really?
Yeah, he was there quite a while.
He was a legend.
He was. Joe was Jungle Joe, they called him, and he was a tough man. Math teacher in high school, but a football guy. So a lot of fun. And though, that's basically the coaching history. The team has played 928 games.
Wow.
Since its inception in 1927. They have won, I wrote that down, 539 of those games, which is 66% of the games. So that's kind of a quick rundown of the team. They are undefeated 4 times in 28, 64, 87, and 91.
Yep.
And one of our hosts was on one of those teams.
That's correct.
Absolutely.
Bob, what position did you play?
I was a quarterback and a cornerback.
Whoa, you were the star.
Well, no, easy does it. I could hand off very well.
Come on.
Well, back
He's being modest.
in the day,
That's what they did.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Most of the coaches say, 3 things happen when you throw the ball, and 2 of them are bad.
Right.
So anyhow,
Was he talking directly to you?
Absolutely, absolutely. Matter of fact, one memorable game in my junior year, we were going pretty good, and we had an outstanding running back in Artie House. I mean, he was really, really good, all scholastic, all everything. So back then, for whatever reason, the quarterback used to call the plays. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
For the coach to send them in. So.
The players got to play.
Yeah, right. Artie never said anything in the huddle, but he come up to me at one point. He says, "Look, give me the ball. I'm ready. And I said, well, I'll let him stew just a little bit more,
Yeah.
get him more revved up. So I drop back, and I'm gonna get us down there towards the goal line. I throw the ball up in the air, and who comes down in a Wilmington player's hands by the name of Mike Esposito.
No kidding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he played for Wilmington and went on to play with the
BC.
BC
Yeah.
and then the Falcons, and subsequently we lost the game.
Bob's being tough on himself. That wasn't the only factor in that game by a long shot. It was interesting because both teams were undefeated going into that game.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But
Oh,
you
yeah.
got retribution the next year. You left that part out.
Yeah, we did. We won over at their place. We won over there.
Right.
And the coach of Wilmington, Bellissimo, Fred Bellissimo,
Yep.
and our coach, Tom Eck, oil and water.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Makes for a good rivalry.
oh yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
really did.
Okay, enough down memory lane. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
No, that was fun.
So how about some players that you remember?
Well, great. Obviously, you go back 50 years or so, and you come across some real talented individuals. Families, a lot of Gleason family, notorious in Chelmsford, and I mean that in a positive way. Bobby Gleason started as an 8th grader. He could play on the varsity football because the school was connected. It was a junior high school connected to the high school. And he was probably the most outstanding. And I don't mean to slight anybody because, boy, we've had some great running backs since Bobby. But the whole Gleason family played. It was a great family. The Cato family, the Brown family. There were so many, and so many individual players that just were terrific athletes. Some went on to major colleges. We've got one this year, Thomas Brown, who is an outstanding lineman, 4-year started as a freshman, and headed to,
Villanova.
that's right,
Yep.
going to play
That's the kid you told me about,
Yep.
right?
and a state wrestling champion since his freshman year.
In New England.
And New England wrestling champion.
Oh, but last season he was national.
Yes,
Yeah.
he went on to win the Nationals.
Wow.
He claims he's not going to wrestle in college, but we'll see. He's a smart young man, too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
education, I think, is a big part of
Yeah,
that.
good for him. I had the pleasure of running a camera for CTM for the last game, last
Yes.
Thursday night.
Yes.
And you can't see anything through a viewfinder, but when I got home and watched the game, he was pancaking everybody that he blocked. The poor kids from Lawrence didn't know where he was coming from, and before you knew it, they were on their back.
Exactly.
And you could see the leverage, the feet, the hands
Quickness.
from wrestling,
Yeah.
quickness. I mean, he was unbelievable.
He's about 270 some odd pounds, and he moves quick as a cat.
That's small now.
No, he doesn't.
It is small,
That's
but
small. For a high school
our
kid,
high
yeah.
school, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you see him, he doesn't look 270.
No, he doesn't.
What year is he in?
Great, he's a senior,
Senior?
unfortunately.
So
Yeah.
if he was going to go, when he goes to college, if he's not going to wrestle, he'll get on the weights, he'll get on a nutrition program.
Right.
He could be a 300-pounder easy.
Yeah, he could.
Easy.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
Bruce, what number is he? Do you know?
58.
58. He is 58. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We weren't sure that day. I went with my wife to the North Andover game.
Yeah.
I asked a lady sitting next to me. She looks at me, she says, "Do you think I know?" I said, "Well, you're cheering and yelling." She said, She said, "What's his name?" Oh, no, never mind. You know, but watching the line, you could see it was him.
He stands out.
Oh yeah, he definitely.
Now the kid next to him, 52, he's a good-sized lad.
Jack Myers, he's
Yeah.
a junior. He's going to be a real good one next year.
Yeah, he's got
really
decent feet,
counting on him.
and-
He does.
Yeah.
He's had an outstanding season.
Yeah.
You know, Bob, they were a total of 11 points in 3 losses.
Wow.
And they could easily have gone the other way, which would have totally turned the season around. It didn't happen, but I mean, that shows you how competitive they really were. 3 games, 11 points.
Yep.
Wow. Now, the kid that played quarterback,
Yes,
he's a sophomore, I understand.
yes, yes.
And he played with Robbie Russo as a coach as
Yes, he
freshman
did.
last year. he looked pretty good.
He did. He was an outstanding fill-in. We've had 3 quarterbacks this year. Ryan Hart has been the predominant starter, but Ryan is injured. He's banged up, could not go. His understudy also banged up. Not a good position to play. I don't know how you made it.
That's because I handed off.
Yes, that's right. But the sophomore did just a surprisingly good job.
Wow.
Sky
Yeah.
to Jesus is
Yeah.
his name. 2 more years, and this kid could be really something.
Wow. I mean, yeah. Robbie talked him up.
Yeah, he was very impressed
He
with him
said,
as a
you know,
freshman.
the kid could throw.
Yes.
He's not afraid to stick his nose in
No,
there.
he's not. He's
Yeah.
not. He will run the football.
Good.
And
for
just
him.
before I shut up, and I promise I will, there's one game that I look back at that over all those years, it was a Thanksgiving game. It was in 2006 with Billerica. The final score was 53-51. Fortunately, the Lions came on to win it. It was 5 overtimes.
Wow.
It was an incredible football game. And I know in Chelmsford a lot of turkeys were burned that particular night. It took a long time to play that game.
How many people go to the Thanksgiving Day game?
Big crowds.
Yeah.
5,000-6,000.
Wow. Nice.
You know, it's a big event, big town
nice.
event. Yeah. It's gotten fewer since we started broadcasting because they all watch us and rather than turn out to the game.
Understandable.
Why wouldn't they?
Oh,
Right?
absolutely.
It's nice and warm in the living room.
Yeah. And the bathroom's right there. No line.
Exactly,
Right,
no lines. But seriously, it is a good turnout every year for
Well,
Thanksgiving.
That's a great transition.
Thank
You
you.
must have been reading my notes.
I was not. I don't like to.
Thanksgiving Day is coming up.
Yep.
Okay, and we're going to ask about memorable Thanksgivings. That one sticks out for
yeah,
you?
it really does. Couple of others. One, Chelmsford in the first quarter got behind 20-0. Danny Curran's senior year. They went to the Super Bowl and won it that year. They did have one loss, but it was a snowy, slippery day, and Chelmsford didn't have the right shoes on, and the kids just fell down. And finally, they got their shoes, and Danny came back and scored 5 touchdowns, and they won 60-21. So it was a
All right.
Wow.
it was a great.
Wow.
That was it looked like doomsday, but it turned out to be good. Shoveled the field one year in order to play. There was another one in 2018. It was Chelmsford had not won a football game. Billerica was about 500. Chelmsford came in and won that 6-0. Bitter cold day. Kevin Hennessy kicked 2 field goals to win it, and that was certainly a memorable Thanksgiving game. But you know, they all seem to be. Thanksgiving seems to bring out the best in both towns.
Yep.
Billerica's team has improved greatly. They're getting some good coaching, and they're a formidable opponent.
I think I've read where they've won some of the past years.
Yes, they have. They've made
They
a nice
won last
comeback.
year, right?
Yeah, they did win last year. We
Get
played,
going.
and last year's that was the one I was going to end with. We played in Fenway Park last year.
Nice.
So that was quite a thrill to broadcast in Fenway Park. That was a great experience. Good time. Good. Not a great place to broadcast a football game. You're in one end zone, and you're looking out at the field. It seems like a long way off, but it was a great experience.
Well, you could have borrowed my glasses for the far end.
I did. I had the binoculars
did you?
out there.
Yeah,
I had to. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Cousin Steve brought up that Billerica's gotten the best of Chelmsford last few weeks. But what's the overall record?
Okay, that's a more favorable
Thank you
discussion.
very much.
62 wins for the Lions, 30 losses, and 5 ties. So they have dominated the series.
Well,
thank you.
up
Thank you very
up
much.
until the last couple of years.
You must have some really good coaching over there at Chelmsford High.
We have had some phenomenal coaches, and Bob can attest to that.
So, Bruce, why don't you tell us, because we really do want to know, is Coach Bob, was he a good coach?
Tommy Cato was an excellent football coach. Tommy Eck was a great football coach. Tommy was a great, they both were. And Bruce Rich. Those 3 guys really stand out.
That's great.
Yeah, Tommy was a great one. Do you know Tommy?
I do not know Tommy.
Oh, okay.
No.
No.
But
He's talking head coaches now.
Yes.
yeah,
I was
You were the line coach.
a line coach, yes.
So
yeah.
my-
I only
Proud of
only mentioned head coaches,
I-
but you would have been right at the top of the list.
I'm,
Assistant coaches,
There you go.
absolutely.
yeah.
'Cause
See,
he- 'cause
see,
Coach-
see, it says right there.
Coach Bob tells us that you wouldn't have won any games
Without him,
without him.
he probably helped us win a couple. I would agree with that.
Well, everybody knows that knows anything about football.
Go ahead.
The game is played up front.
Right.
Either
Absolutely
line,
right.
offense line, defensive
Most
line.
important coach on the staff.
Control the line of scrimmage, you control the game.
That you do.
We know that now
Absolutely.
from our Patriot friends.
Right.
Yep.
Yes, yes.
And two guys, athletic directors. Jack Fletcher's already been mentioned, going back a few years. What a wonderful, about 30-year athletic director. And our present athletic director, Danny Hart, is just a magician.
Nice.
He is a great, great leader. All the coaches love him. Students love him. He comes up with new ideas for games. He's a terrific guy.
Does he teach as well?
He is the athletic, no teaching responsibility.
Okay, just AD?
AD.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
That's right. And he hasn't fired me yet, so I guess I kind of think he's a pretty special guy.
I don't think you can be fired, Bruce.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Hopefully not until at least another year.
Hey, listen, if the three of us are still here, you got nothing to worry about.
Thanks, John.
One more war story about Thanksgiving, and we'll go on to get
Sure.
the lowdown on this year's game,
Yep, yep,
predictions,
yep.
players to watch, so on and
Sounds
so forth.
good.
Okay. My senior year, Arnie Holberg,
Right. One of the best.
oh, God.
One of the best.
He and I, for some miraculous reason I still don't understand, we kind of split the quarterback duties.
Uh-huh.
I think.
Well, he was probably only a freshman.
He was.
Yeah.
But
there
he
you
was
go.
he was the best player on the field.
He was.
So, for some reason, and Tommy Eck is not one to play favorites,
No.
throw you a bone.
Right.
If you weren't better than the other guy, you were sitting down right next to him.
Yeah.
So anyhow, we're in Billerica, and I drop back for a rare pass, and I pump, and I hear something in the ball. I said, what the hell is that? And I come off.
Deflategate.
Tommy said, what were you doing out there? I said, well, you got to tell Arnie. When you pump the ball, I think they broke the needle off in the football. I says, if he looks at the ball, he's going to get crushed.
Killed.
He did.
There you
Oh,
go.
Tommy was out of his mind. But
Yeah.
he and Lamson were like Bellissimo.
Oh, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, enough war stories. So let's give us the lowdown on this year's TD.
Billerica is going to be a heavy favorite. They are still in the state playoffs. They're in the semifinals. Chelmsford did not qualify. They missed it by a game, but it's Thanksgiving. And hopefully the Lions can pull one out of the hat as they did a few years ago, and we'll see. Billerica is a good football team.
Is there a pregame pep rally for the?
Yes, they have one the Wednesday of dismissal.
Nice.
And they have a raucous time in the gymnasium, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, hopefully it will be a closely contested game. We'll see how it goes. The Lions need to get off to a good start, or I think they're in trouble.
It's in Chelmsford this year.
It is in Chelmsford. That's another good thing.
Now, I read press clippings and stuff. They got a decent quarterback over there.
Oh, they have a very good quarterback.
Yeah.
His name escapes me at the moment, but Gentile is his name.
Yeah.
Steve Gentile, and he's good. They have a good running back. They have some good receivers. They have pretty much the team that played last year against Chelmsford back again this year. They're a senior football team.
How are they up front? Come on. That's what we want to know.
Well, they must be pretty good because they're 6-2.
They
Their
are.
only losses are to Division I opponents. And so they're a good football team.
Good. Now, how about our guys?
Our guys are going to be very well prepared. George Peterson, the coach, I think he's an excellent motivator of young men. He works with them. They this past Veterans Day, they all, as a group, and they do this every year, they walk to the Veterans Memorial as a team. They pay tribute to the veterans. He does things with them non-related to football.
Yeah.
Community things.
Oh, that's great.
He's
Yeah.
a great leader of people.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
A lot of respect for George. He does a great job.
Well, you know, I've been working over at the Billerica hockey rink
Oh, you have?
on Sunday mornings. Yeah.
Hollenborg?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Which is a very nice.
Chelmsford, the Forum.
No, I've been working at both.
At the high school? Billerica High School,
Billerica,
Hollenberg?
behind
Oh,
it, yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I shouldn't
It's
talk
okay.
about what I don't know.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. But the one thing I noticed about Billerica, they're really into their sports.
Yes.
Just like Chelmsford.
Yes.
The one thing I noticed going to, I could speak to one game, which I shouldn't even be talking, but the people in this
Is he on
town.
the clock?
No,
He will be in a
he'll
minute.
kick me in a second. He'll kick me. It's just, you know, Billerica is very into their sports. This guy brought, when the kids of Billerica scored a goal, this guy brought this big giant horn thing, you know, that was run by batteries. It looked, I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the same thing at Chelmsford, where the town is so into the sports. I mean, it's a cool thing to see. On this show, in this time slot, whatever, we talk about pro sports. Because quite frankly,
Right.
that's what we know.
Right.
You know, and we only know it as fans.
We don't know that much about
We only know it as fans, exactly. So,
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get the Ohio State mentioned every once in a while.
Oh, my
You know,
goodness.
you understand?
Absolutely.
But anyhow.
Number 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They got screwed, but they should be number one.
Oh, no. I think they lost to the team that's number 1.
They did.
Bruce, I don't know if you know, he's done 2 scouting trips to Ohio State.
I heard about that.
Did you?
That's right.
He went to Columbus,
Yeah.
and then he went to college,
State College. State College.
State College,
Oh,
Pennsylvania.
good for you. I didn't know you went to that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Looking for a line coaching job? Or? There you go.
Oh, there's some monsters over there. Okay, anyway, we're coming down to it.
Yep.
The end of the show.
Yep.
We need a prediction.
Okay. I go first.
You go.
I would never pick against Chelmsford. 24-20.
24-20.
Lions win.
Okay.
Yep.
I can't go against the Lions either. I'm going to go with the Lions. I think De Jesus is going to have a great game.
Yep.
He might even throw 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Ooh.
Let's give him Chelmsford 28, Billerica 24.
Let's hope they were both right.
Yes,
Steven?
That's
Yep.
right. Okay,
You
back to
don't want me predicting anything.
Back to you, John, to wrap us up.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Bruce Byam for coming by and spending some time with us today for our holiday extravaganza. I don't know. It sounds good.
It does.
I'd like to thank Bruce for coming. Again, thank my panelists here, the coach Bob Paraso and cousin Stephen, for a great day. And Pete, it's all yours.
Nice job.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank
Nice
you.
job. Nice
Enjoy
job.
Thanksgiving.
It's a pleasure.